Alrighty, well hello everyone, and how are you guys doing? Tireless God here, back with another Tireless Talk. So, last time we talked about the MMG posts and all those shenanigans that were going on and whatnot. And the two new skills. This time we got another suggestion from someone. Hold on. I haven't done prayer in a while. Yeah, oh, okay, so it just works by clicking on it. Alright, so, yeah, I'm training prayer right now. I recently got 99 range the other night, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get 99 prayer because I have the money for it, and just max out all my combat-related stats, and it'll be awesome, and I will feel so pro. Anyway, guys, we got some topics for discussion this time. We got it from RS Jabberwocky. Hello, Jabberwocky. How are you doing? He says, subject for next Tireless Talk. XP wastes. Are you a hardcore scaper? Useless skills? And how much harder is the EOC? Alright, so let's start off with the first one. And I'm XP wasting right now as we're talking about it. I should have pulled from my yak while I was doing it. Gosh. Wasted like 500 experience there, time-wise. Anyway, XP wastes and are you a hardcore scaper? Would I consider myself a hardcore scaper? No, not really. I mean, look, I've been playing for 10 years and I don't have a max cape or anything. I mean, I'm getting there slowly and surely, but I'm not there yet. When I am online, I don't like to XP waste because I'm usually like doing something. If I'm gonna have to be AFK and stuff, like if I'm doing radio on Rune Zone and whatnot, I'm probably cutting ivy or something on the side, so I'm not wasting any kind of experience. But I wouldn't really call myself a hardcore scaper in general. What would you guys consider yourself? Would you think you're a hardcore scaper? And not necessarily if you have a max cape, you're a hardcore scaper. Comp cape, now that's debatable. I mean, you could just put a decent amount of time and plan it out very well, and you can have the comp cape and not be considered a hardcore scaper. But yeah. Me? No, do not consider myself a hardcore scaper. If you want to know about XP waste in general, I guess, like, if you're going to be AFK, do Ivy. Do something you don't have to pay attention to or come back. Some tips about XP wasting and stuff is definitely, if you're not 99 smithing and mining and you want to go mining, if you're in the Living Rock Caverns, superheat. Superheat those gold ores because it doesn't interrupt the process of you mining. If you do superheat constantly, it'll stop you mining, but if you span it out in a good time frame, you can get mining, smithing, and magic experience all at the same time doing that, so it is extremely, extremely worth it. If you're cutting ivy, a pro tip right here is, let's just say you want to read or do homework, but you know, you don't know if you're going to be done cutting ivy, or you know, you don't want to have to keep looking up at the screen to check. What you can do is you can put game sounds on, the environmental sounds, and you'll be able to hear your character chopping at the ivy, and ooh, sorry, burp. Anyway, you'll be able to hear your character chopping at the ivy, and if you hear that chopping sound end, that means you need to switch over to a new one, and then you can just come back, sit down, read, continue doing your homework and whatever, and you don't actually have to pay attention to the game at all unless you hear your chopping sound go away. Another thing is if you're just trying to power out, Mod Dazon is logged out. No! We were having such good discussion. Not really. Anyway, if you want to get a 99 and bust it out and just get it done with, you're gonna have to do the non-AFK methods, unless it's a skill like fletching or something, where basically the best method is AFK, because that's all it basically is AFK. But if you want the best experience, you're gonna have to do something that's non-AFK. Like I said, if you're in the Living Rock Caverns mining gold ore, superheated as well, you're not gonna be able to be AFK at all. Literally 0% of your time is going to be AFK because you have to keep filling up, you have to keep dropping and smithing them bars. I'm terrible at clicking, by the way. And yeah, you're gonna have to do non-AFK methods. Like with woodcutting, the best woodcutting method is to get like mahogany or teak logs somewhere. I forget where it is, but You have to constantly be going from tree to tree to tree to tree and dropping them and doing stuff, and then you'll get the best experience. Or you can do Ivy, which is just sitting back doing nothing. You know, you kind of have to choose sometimes with certain skills. So XP wasting and stuff, I guess I kind of wrapped it up right there. I probably rambled on, and none of this is relevant or even useful to you guys, or you don't even care. But yeah, I guess that wraps up that portion. Useless skills? Yeah, there are useless skills in RuneScape. I would definitely say the #1 most useless skill of all time is fire making. Okay, fire making as a skill? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm pretty sure if I have fire, I could set fire to something. If you give me one piece of wood rather than the other, I don't think I need a certain skill set to know how to set the thing on fire. That's just my thoughts, but you know, hashtag Jagex logic right there. I don't know. It just makes no sense to me that it's a skill to light fires. I mean, it's just a normal thing. I can light a fire. I mean, it's easy. There's no skill to it. Another one, definitely, I would have to say, is Dungeoneering. Now, a lot of you guys may be like, whoa, John, that's a popular skill, and blah, blah, blah. No, it's not a skill. It's a minigame. It's a minigame that they decided to put experience to. Like, it's not useful in the legitimate game itself. Yeah, you can go into those places like with the frost dragons and stuff, but that should be like a reward per se. It's not like you have the expertise to enter this dungeon and pursue through it. No, you just teleport into the dungeon. Like, there's no usefulness to the actual skill or is really applicable. Now, another skill that I'd say I find not so useless, it's understandable, but kind of at the same time terrible, is agility. Now, I understand the purpose of agility. It helps you get around and you want to, you know, maneuver certain kinds of things, but it's so hard to train and so annoying. Like, seriously, just I don't even know how to describe it. You run around in circles to train. You just keep running around in circles. There's no AFK. There's no other way to train it, really, unless you want to do penguins and Troll Stronghold and or whatever that troll minigame is, Troll Invasion, every month and just bust it out. There's no other way to train it. They did say that they want to have a RuneSpan-esque agility training. They said that. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what they mean, because knowing Jagex, we're not 100% positive as to what's going to come out from what they say. But they want to have an update to agility in some way where it's a lot easier to train. Maybe have some sort of AFK method. If they make it RuneSpan-esque, agility is going to die. If it's like die in the fact that it's a hard to obtain level 99. And the only 99 left in the game that is honorable will probably be Slayer, because no matter what, that takes a lot of time. And even Slayer so much isn't, you know, seen as that hard, because the EOC, you get pretty good experience per hour now. Yeah, any other skills that I find completely useless? Construction is the same way with Dungeoneering, whereas it's only applicable to one area and you don't really bring it to the outside world that much. I know Jagex said that they are going to be having a huge construction revamp this year. They're going to be introducing new things, new training methods and whatnot, and I am looking forward to that. I will tell you that right now. That is going to be awesome. Any other skills that I would consider useless on this board? Not really. I mean, they're all applicable to the game in some way. I mean, Hunter, same thing. I mean, nothing useful comes out of Hunter. It's just a skill you need to go train and get it done with. But I can understand how it's a skill, you know, like unlike fire making, where it's just like light fire to things. I don't know how to do this. You know, it's legitimately a skill. To be a trained hunter, you need to put in time. So I understand that it's a skill. But aside from those, I really do not see anything that is useless per se. I mean, woodcutting, yeah, I guess woodcutting is another one I'd actually consider a useless skill, because once you get past magic logs, like, I can understand in a way that it's a skill, because you have to know how to chop the tree correctly and be able to, you know, use the right kind of axe to chop it and whatnot. And magic logs, let's just say there's some uniqueness about them when you cut them, or else they break, so that's why you need the certain skill level. Okay, but after magic logs, there's nothing to do. There is nothing to do in there. Like there's no other applicable reason to use woodcutting other than to get the levels and experience. But yeah. So those are my thoughts on useless skills. Yay! And then let's come up on the last talk. How much harder is the EOC? Harder. What do you mean harder? Like combat harder? The game harder? Harder to understand because of their logic in some ways that they decide to do things? Like, I actually think the EOC is easier and fun, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't able to do the Catfight Queen before, and now I can like do her without any food. Bossing is extremely fun. You just have to, I know a lot of people quit because of this, but you have to put in the time. You have to learn the combat system, and it's actually really, really fun to like use these abilities to your advantage. It's no longer just a set of random chance things that are going on. You can actually make sure that you're going to be inflicting more damage over time to your opponent. Or if you're PVMing, you have to use specific skills like the king, the Catfight King. You need to know how to fight him. It's not a matter of going in with the best gear, the best stuff and whatnot. You need to go in there understanding how the mechanics of the boss work, or else you are going to die and you are not going to succeed. So I think it's fun. I like the evolution of combat. Is it harder in some ways? Yeah, because you have to learn it. You have to know how to use the evolution of combat. You have to know what skills do. You have to understand that there's a difference between the type of skills and the applicable skills, and then what skill to use after another skill. You need to know that stuff, and then you will be good at the EOC, and I think you'll have a good time. Like, honestly, you will enjoy the EOC if you actually learn the buttons. Now, staying on the topic of the EOC, because everyone is talking about this, so I have to talk about it, even though I'm not involved with it, and I'm not a big YouTuber by any means when it comes to the RuneScape world. I'm gonna talk about it. The petition by So Wrecked. How about 25,000 of us all sign this petition? Okay, well, in the first place, the first one person can sign multiple times because they can have multiple email accounts and have whatever, register multiple times and sign the petition again and again and again. So how many of those actual signatures are individual people? 2. Where is this going to go? Like, good job. You signed a petition. I could probably find 7 million people in the United States to be like, hey, I want weed to be illegal. Or something that could be plausible, Like, I can't think of anything else. Weed is just the most typical thing for me because, like, of Washington and Colorado recently, I guess. I could go to the United States and send this, be like, I got 7 million signatures. And the president would be like, great. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Like, I don't know, like, it's showing Jagex that there's a want for it and a need, but is it going to happen? Probably not. I mean, just think of the sheer hours that would need to be put into this. You'd have an old server, and then you'd have a new server, and then if they wanted to decide to upgrade to both, because people are going to start complaining, hey, they're getting updates and we're not. Hey, you wanted this old server, okay, so you stay on that server. But, yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. I guess what I'm trying to say is Jagex could not allocate the resources of their company to make both players happy, to do the same thing. Jagex has come as far as it has because of things, well, as much as you hate to say this, as much as I'd hate to say this, the Squeal of Fortune and everything, because of those updates, the game has been able to progress farther and better than it has in the past. They have more employees in more departments, and if they have to take away from those departments to make sure that other people are happy on different servers for a game that's in the past, not the future, let's not allocate our resources on making things in the future better. Let's work on the past. Does that sound reasonable? Like, they are not gonna do that. They do not. I don't want to say they don't care, because they obviously know that there's a want for it and a need, but they aren't going to put the resources into it because Jagex wants the next big thing to come out, not the last big thing, Did I sign this petition? No. Why? Because as much as I'd love to be PKing again, because that's what got my channel kind of going, and I really enjoyed old school PKing, I love where the evolution of combat has brought us. I love the idea of where the evolution of combat will bring us. And I think if the people actually took their time to play the game and to live it up for what it is, to learn the skills to get in, I am sure of it that they would enjoy the evolution of combat. That's just my thought. They need to take the time to learn it and realize, you know what? I shouldn't throw away the years that I've put into this game. I shouldn't throw away the time I dedicated to this account just because I'm upset with something, because the combat system changed, because something like this. RuneScape is still there. It's still our game. We still make the adventure, and our character is unique. Our character is us. And don't throw away all that adventure, all that time, all that nostalgia, all that history you have with this game, just because you're upset with an update like this. I think it's upsetting. Me? I don't think I'll ever give up on RuneScape. I know I'll probably lay back, not be on so much, but and of course there's gonna be some point. When I say I'm never gonna give up, I mean in the time that I'm capable of doing it. I'm never gonna give up. You know why? Because this game means so much to me. I've been there since 2002, and it's just the memories I've had with this game. Watching this game go from the ground up, from 2-dimensional graphics to 3-dimensional graphics, through all the changes in the past, the holiday events, the community, and RuneScape 2 coming out, HD graphics, playing with friends, staying up real late talking on Skype or Mumble, just really getting into it. All these things that I have in the past. I know it's a digital world, but to me it's so real. And it means so much to me that I can't give that up. I would never look at Jagex unless Jagex literally started selling gold, and I can never look at them the same way. I don't think I'm ever going to give up on this game for the sheer fact of how much it means to me. But that's just my thought and my reason for staying in this game, and always wanting to progress forward and learn new things that come out, because I don't want to give up on something that's meant so much to me. I know I'm kind of going in circles saying that, and I apologize. But yeah, that's my thought. Do I think there's going to be a server of 2006 ever implemented? No. If there is, people are going to complain that it's not being updated. They're going to be looking in the back in the past, and I just don't think it's the right thing to do. Would I love it? Yeah. Am I going to sign a petition to go for it? No, because I know it's not going to come through. And if it does, I'd be really, really, really surprised. So, ooh, prayer level! Yeah! Party prayer level 97, got one more to go! Okay, perfect timing. I didn't even know I was that close. But yeah, guys. Hope you liked this video. Be sure to leave in the comments below a topic for the next Tireless talk. And I will be talking to you guys later.